Hello everybody, this is Michael. In this video, we will talk about the Bluetooth GATT. Talk about GATT, we will think about the ATT. The GATT is based on the ATT. About the GATT and ATT detailed information, we can get it from the Bluetooth core specification. It is here. So this will be the ATT. This will be the GATT. So usually we will study the ATT first and then go for the GATT. In this video, we will try another way. Okay. So in the GATT, the full name is this one: Generic Attribute Profile. In the GATT, it divided the Bluetooth device into two rows. One is client, another one is service. The client will send the command, send requests, and send confirmation to the server. The server will return response, notification, and indication. By these three ways to send the data to the client. So the data will save it into the server. So the data, how the data save it into the server? The data, it will use the profile format to save it. The profile will include all kinds of service. The service will have the characteristic, different characteristic. So what's the detailed data format into the server? Let's take a look at the service. Let's take a look at the service. For the service, it will include the following parts. The first one is service declaration. The second one is the service include. The third one is all kinds of characteristic. This 01 and 02. Maybe we have more. Okay. So let's take a look at the service declaration first. The data format will be like this. It has four parts. The first part is attribute handle. The second part is attribute type. The third part is the attribute value. The last part is permission. For the first part, it starts from 001 and end with FFFF. Okay, from 001 0001 to FFFF. Okay. The second part is very important. The client will search this part. It will find the UUID at this part. If the UUID is 2800, it means the service is primary service. If the UUID is 2801, it means the service is a secondary service. For primary service, it can be discovered. So primary service can be discovered, and the secondary service cannot. It only can be included. The next part is attribute value. So this will be the Bluetooth UUID. So we talk about the UUID here and also the UUID here. So what's exactly UUID? Okay, so UUID is this one. It is universally unique identifier. Is a unique number Okay, so the Bluetooth organization divided all kinds of UUID. You can find it in this document. Assigned numbers. You can download it from the Bluetooth.com. Okay, in this document we can find all kinds of UUID divided by the Bluetooth organization. For example, let's take a look. This is the service by name. Okay, GATT service by name. So if we find the UUID is this one, 1A0F, it means the current service is battery service. If we find the UUID is this one, 1A10, so the service is this one, blood pressure service. We also can check the declaration is here. So this 2A00 is for primary service. 2A01 is for secondary service. 2A02 is include service, and this one is for characteristic. Okay, so this is for the service declaration. From the declaration, we can know the service type is primary service or secondary service, and also we can know the service UUID. Okay, after that, the client will continue to search the next group of data. If it finds the attribute type, the UUID is 2A02. So it can know this group of data. This group of data is service include. It means the current service include what kind of other service. Okay, so when we read the number, when we read the UUID 2A02 here, it can know the group of data is the service include. So this is the begin position of the included service. This is the end position of the include service, and this is the include service UUID. Okay, so we can get the information from this group of data. Okay, so next will be the characteristic. We separate the characteristic to take a look what kind of information in this group of data. Okay, so next. So this is the characteristic. The first part of this one is also the characteristic declaration. Okay, so the client will search this position. Once it knows the UUID is 2A03, it know, okay, this group of data is the characteristic declaration. Okay, so it will also know the following part, the attribute value. It includes 3 parts. The first one is property, and the second one is value attribute handle, and the last one is the characteristic UUID. Okay, so after that, we know the characteristic value attribute handle, also know the characteristic UUID, and we will know the next part. From the UUID and the handle, we will be able to know the characteristic value. We will know the value. Okay, we will know the value. After the value, we have more information. We have more information here. this part is description information for the value. Describe information for the value. It has 6 parts. The first one is this one. The first one is extended properties. So if we find the UUID is 2900, we will know this group of data is for these properties. Okay, and next it is user description. If we find the UUID is 2901, so this group of data is for user description, and this attribute value is a string data. UTF-8 string data. So next, so this is client configuration. If we find the UUID here is 2902, so it's client configuration. It can configure the value. For example, configure the notification of the server. Okay. So next is server configuration. The UUID is for this one. Next is presentation format. This one is very important. Once we find the UUID here is 2904, we know that this group of data is for the presentation format. So it tells us the data, this value data is using what kind of format. For example, it's hex or decimal or any other things, and it use what kind of unit, and also the value has exponent or not. Okay, so this one is very important. So next is this one. Okay, so the last one will be aggregate format. Okay, so these 6 parts, some of these are optional. Okay, are optional. So this 6 part is for the descriptor declaration. It has more information for our characteristic value, for this value. Okay, after this one, the next group of data maybe it's a characteristic declaration again, or it will be the service declaration again. So the client will check the attribute type to decide the next data is another characteristic or is another service. By this way, the client will be able to know all the data in the service. It can check this attribute type, the UUID, and to know all the data in the service. Check group of data. Okay, so this is how the GATT to save data in the server, and we will see all the data follow the this rule. It follows all the data follow these rules. So the first part is always attribute handle. The second part is attribute type. The third part is attribute value, and the last part is attribute permission. According different attribute type, we will know the following attribute value format and the exactly date. What's the exactly date in the value? Okay, for the value. So this is actually ATT data format. Is ATT data format. Okay. The GATT is not only use the ATT format to save data, it also uses the ATT attribute protocol to send data. Okay. For example, when our client send a command to server, our client send a command to server, the command will be this part, this operation code, and the input parameter for the command will be this part. Okay, attribute parameter part, and this is the extra information for the command. Okay, so the GATT is also use the ATT protocol to send command and to exchange data between the client and service. Okay, so this is why our GATT is based on the ATT protocol. Okay, so this is this video, and I'm Michael. See you next time.